Good evening, my viewers and subscribers. Welcome to another in the series of sketches of my life. Once again, I must say thank you to all those who have been watching these past few weeks. Thanks for the comments, thanks for the subscriptions, and I must say that I really appreciate it. And of course, I must thank God for giving me the opportunity for doing this vlog, sharing my life with the hope that others may learn from it and not have to go down certain roads that I did, or just to learn something from it and make their lives better. And of course, come to know Christ maybe through my testimonies or things that happened to me or stuff. We'll let them know about Christ and draw closer to Him. So anyway, today I'll be talking about P.D.U, Professional Development Unit at the Ministry of Education, Arnold Road, Kingston. That was where I worked. That was where I had my first job. So a little after I lost my babies, I was there in my mother's shop and bar helping out as usual. And there was this customer that she had. She knew him from when we were down at Island Park. And he came by one day, I think, and they had a conversation, and out of it he suggested to her that she should send me down to the Ministry of Finance building, and there I would ask for him. I've forgotten his name now, and I'll get a job. So I went, asked for him. I was directed to an office. When I went there, he saw me, told me to wait. Then someone else came out to me and filled out a form, and instantly I was hired at the Ministry of Education as a clerical assistant. And I was there for maybe a year or a little over. I didn't reach 2 years though. I really enjoyed that job and I learned a lot there because that was where I got my first encounter with using the computer. I was taught how to use Excel, Word, the different stuff that you normally would use in the office. And I was actually formally trained there because they gave you hands-on training, on-the-job training, you got your literature and all of that. And while working there, I learned the ins and outs of being a clerical assistant, a clerical worker. Learn to use photocopying machine, filing, was taught the different types of filing. Even though you learned that in high school, you never really got the hands-on training. It was somewhat different, way easier than in school too. And that was where I learned a lot of the ins and outs of the office procedures. And I was there working under the guidance of my unit director, Mrs. Adele Brown, and there were other education officers that worked there because that unit had education officers who would go out to the different schools and keep workshops and so on. So sometimes I was given the privilege of going out on the road with them and learning that aspect of the job. As I said, I used to enjoy doing this job, and it wasn't a high-paying job because, as you hear the title, and I was fresh out of high school. Yeah, I would be deemed fresh out of high school, even though it was 2 years since high school, or so 2 to 3 years after high school that I was working there. But being there, as I said, I didn't earn much. So each fortnight when I got my salary, so once you start working, some parents, they're going to be saying to you immediately that you have to start contributing and you have to this and you have to that. So when I got my salary, I would take out money out of it and give to my mother toward bills, food, whatever. That left me with almost nothing. Now along the way, I would pay you try to leave back money to pay your fare and buy lunch. But of course, for leave back, I can't do it. So first week you go through, by the second week, prior to the fortnight, you would run out of money. So, of course, you have to go back to your parent and ask for assistance to go to work for the remainder of the week. And this continued for a while, and then my mother, she got fed up of it, and she started to complain and quarrel about it, saying that better if me leave the work, because where the sends me a work and she still have here sends me to work. This went on for a while, and of course it got to me. I grew tired of hearing this, fortnight after fortnight, and it really got to me, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I resigned the job. I left it, and that's one of my greatest regrets in life, leaving that job, because it was one of the best jobs, and I would have grown a lot, because they encouraged all of us to further our education. So I know that I would have been encouraged to go back to school along the way. I would have gotten my degree along the way before now, because I'm just trying to pursue my first degree. I'm in my second year now. And that was really one of my greatest regrets. And yes, I've gotten jobs along the way that people would deem to be better and all of that, but no, none has been better since. The environment, that is. It was one of the best environments to ever work in, and the people, they were so professional, and they had that interpersonal relationship, that way of communication, that they didn't put their titles over anyone. So they never treated any of us who were in the clerical department or whatever department any less than they were. We all were treated with respect and on the same human level. It's not like I was saying now, wherein you work in different sectors and different places and left a position, your persons are left to feel smaller than they really are, because they might feel themselves less than because of how they are treated or spoken to and all of that. That never took place there. And I really do regret having left that job. And I don't know, if the opportunity arises for me to be able to go back and work with that ministry, I would. I'm not lying. I would take it without a thought. Even though where I'm at, I'm relatively comfortable. Not 100%, but yeah, I would. So I shared this. I know I kind of went around and the story never so nice and all of that. But I shared this to say that young people especially, learn this. Your first job, your first 2 jobs, maybe even your first 10 jobs, they might not be well paying. It might be a case wherein you're being pressured to bring in money to help to put into the pot or to pay the bills. But don't let pressure let you give up on a job that you're in. And it might not be along the money line. It might be pressure from within your work environment, where you feel like you just want to give up because you feel as though you're not doing enough, or you're not any good, or the way in which people speak to you a lot, or something like that. Just learn to be resilient. Learn to face the storm. Learn to hold on. Don't easily give up on whether it's school you're in, work, a relationship, whatever. Learn to hold on and fight it out. Don't give up too easily. If it is a case that you have to, wherein you don't see another way rather than to leave for your own sanity or stuff like that, well, yes, but don't at the first situation or so give up. Stick it out, and you'll see that you really grow, and it's really for the betterment of you. So I hope you learned something from this, and thank you as usual for watching my vlog. Please like, share, comment, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye.